If you're new here, I'm the Classic Farmer, and this week we're talking money. Specifically, which made the most profit, hay or this stuff? So, without further ado, let's start talking numbers. Now, you might be wondering which was the easiest crop to grow. Without a doubt, hay is the easiest crop to grow. Put a bit of fertilizer on it, spray it for weeds if you have to, and that's it. The only variable with hay is you have to get that good week to make it. If you don't get good weather, your hay's gone. You need a full, at least 5 days of good weather, preferably a week to make it. You get decent quality stuff in about 4 to 5 days, but you're rushed. So keep that in mind. Hay, really weather dependent. Grain, not so much apart from the couple of days you need for harvest. Alright, first things first, let's talk this stuff. We'll talk grain. My grain of choice is oats, popular with sheep farmers. Not a lot of people grow it, so you've got, a good demand if you're selling it yourself. Not so popular if you're putting it into mills. Obviously you get a lot less for it. But if you're going to be doing stuff on a small scale, let's face it, you're going to be selling it off the farm and you're not going to be putting it into a feed mill anyway. Let's get into the numbers. So, first things first, we've got seed. Seed cost for me, 2 bags to the acre, €70 an acre for seed. Fertilizer, I do 2 bags to the acre at €54. You can put on more fertilizer, you'll get more yield. We'll come to that in a bit. Spray runs about €57 an acre for weed spray and for fungicide. Fuel for the tractor and the combine comes in at roughly €30 an acre, give or take. I know, right? Those old tractors, they don't really use much fuel, do they? Imagine doing that with a 200 horsepower beast. Anyway, string for the baler, all on the square bales. Strings costing €8 an acre, give or take. Now, yields. I aim for about 2.5 tons per acre. You can get north of 3 tons per acre if you put on more fertilizer and are really lucky and everything goes well. I aim for 2.5. If I get any more, that's brilliant. If I get any less, it's not going to kill me. So 2.5 tons at €240 per ton comes in at €600 an acre for grain per acre. Then we've got our straw bales. Average is about 100 bales per acre. You might get a little bit more, but average is 100. €4 a bale comes in at €400. So our total yield is €1,000. So if we take our input cost of €219 per acre away from €1,000 per acre, that gives us a profit of €781 per acre. Now, it doesn't include machinery. You still have to get a contractor to do it, or you have to buy your machinery. We've that figured out here too. So, machines. You'll need a combine. €2,000 will buy you a combine of some description. You need a plough. €500 will buy you an old plough. Discs, €500. A seed drill, there's loads of seed drills out there for €500, and you'll need an old baler. There's loads of old balers rattling about for €750. So, you have a total machinery cost of €4,250. We're going to pay that back over 5 years worth of crop, which will give us €850 a year. And then we're going to divide that out among the number of acres. So let's say we're modestly growing 7 acres a year. So 850 divided by the 7 acres gives us a machinery cost of €122 per year, to which we're going to add €30 for repairs per acre, give or take. If you're lucky and don't have too many breakdowns, that should cover you. So that gives us another €152 we need to take off for profit. So €781 profit minus the 152 to cover all our machinery to grow this crop is €629 profit. That is what the potential's there for if you're growing grain. You can get much higher profit. If you split those oats out into small bags, you can get up to €360 a tonne for them. If you store the straw bales, you can get a £5 a bale over winter for small square bales of straw. There's ways to boost that again. You can't get the costs much lower. The only thing we're assuming that you own coming into this is a tractor of in or around 50 horsepower, preferably 4-wheel drive, but if you've got nice dry ground, you would get away with a 50 horsepower 2-wheel drive tractor to do what I've got. We're also making the assumption that you have a small trailer of some sort to handle the grain. Most people are going to have a tractor and a trailer on a farm. It would be really rare if you don't. So that's the grain. Let's get on to the hay, and then we'll recap all these figures at the end, side by side, to show you what we can do. Right, let's talk hay. So, inputs for hay, we've got fertiliser at €78 an acre. Spray, we're going to say we spray every 3 years, and that costs yearly €15 per acre. Fuel, about €15 an acre, and string for the bales, €12 an acre. Bringing our total input to €120 for 1 acre of hay. Now, yield, we're hoping about 150 bales to the acre at €4 a bale, which will work out about €600 per acre from hay. When we take the 120 away from our 600, that leaves €480 profit from 1 acre of hay. But you're going to have to get a contractor in to cut it and ted it and bale it. No, you're not. You're going to buy your own machinery. So let's work on our machinery cost. We need a mower. We're going to say about €600 for a mower. We're going to say 450 for a combi tedder hay bob rake. And we're going to need a baler. 750 will buy you a baler. Of course, you can spend much more on this if you want. I am looking at the bare bones what you require to start this. When we add all those together, we get €1,800 of equipment. We're going to do the same thing we did with grain. We'll pay it off over 5 years. So when we take that over 5 years, we've got 360 per year. And we're going to assume we're doing 7 acres of hay, the same way we've done 7 acres of grain, which will give us €52 per acre for our machinery cost. And we're going to add €20 per acre on for breakdowns. Might be more, might be less. That's a figure we're going to work with as an assumption. So €480 minus the 72 for the machinery is going to leave us with a profit per acre of €408 an acre making hay. That's on 1 cut. If you have an amazing summer and you're able to get 2 cuts of hay out of the field, you will get €903 of profit per acre, which doesn't sound too bad. 400 per acre profit on 1 cut. It's not terrible either. So there you go. That's the figures for hay and the figures for grain. Let's jump over to the whiteboard behind me and we'll run through them one more time just in case anyone wasn't able to follow along what I'm talking about. Right, for those of you who couldn't follow along as I was talking, let's do it on the whiteboard. So, we're going to assume you're growing 7 acres of grain. You already own 150 horsepower tractor, and these calculations are per acre of grain. So per acre, you're going to have an input of €219. You're going to have a machinery cost of €152 per acre over 5 years. Your yield is going to be approximately €1,000 per acre, and you're going to end up with a profit of €629 per acre. The same in hay, we're going to assume 7 acres. Your input per year is going to be €120. Your machinery cost per acre, again based on 5 years payoff, is going to be 72 euros per acre, and your yield is going to be 600 euros. Now, there's a little variable with hay. If we get 1 cut of hay, it's going to be 408 euros profit from that acre. If you get a second cut, your inputs aren't as high because you don't have your machinery and you don't have all of the spray input that you would as well, which leaves us at a profit of 903 euros per acre if we can get 2 cuts of hay. So, last thing, let's look at our difference in profit. So we're going to say 408 for the hay and 629 for the grain. Which means the grain is giving you 220 extra per acre if you only get 1 cut of hay. If you've made it this far, don't forget to give us a subscribe, drop us a like, and have a chat with me down in the comments. Seeing as you made it the whole way to the end of the video, here's a sneak peek of something that's coming. I've made a purchase. Guess what that is?